By late 2013, the Nurburgring Nordschleife had already become the de facto arena through which many automotive manufacturers decided to showcase what their cars were made of. Specifically, Nordschleife hot lap times have become a badge of pride, none more coveted than the record for fastest production car. On September 4th, 2013, Porsche would take to the ring with drivers Walter Roll, Timo Kluck and Mark Lieb in tow. They were looking to showcase the blistering performance of their new hybrid hypercar, the 918. Quite a novelty in 2013, hybrids had yet to be established as the heralds of ultimate automotive performance. The 918 aimed to change that. Mark Lieb would go on to set a ballistic lap time of 6 minutes 57 seconds, smashing the previous record by 14 seconds, and the 918 would become the first street-legal production car to ever lap the infamous circuit in under 7 minutes. Now, through the grace of Gran Turismo 7, we also get to drive this record-breaking hybrid sports car. A free edition as part of update 1.19, the 918 Spyder is quite the beast to tame, but attempt to tame it we shall. As we warm up the engine, make sure to subscribe for future racing content and consider grabbing some of the awesome gear I use in the description down below. Let's do this. As we head towards the start line in this now almost decade-old, forward-looking hybrid hypercar, the first thing that strikes us is, this is one chunky boy. I mean, this, by hypercar standards, at least of yesteryear, is quite a heavy car. As you can tell, the tire's being tortured through the Sabine Schmitz curve. So we know one thing, we're going to have to throw that nose in and just slam on the power, let that immense engine, so much understeer through there. Now heading out into Hudson Buck, we can tell the grip limit is going to be our major issue with this car. As we hook it into the curb, try and get some natural rotation, power all the way through. That's the way we're going to have to drive this car, basically on throttle oversteer to overcome the lack of grip on the front tires and the lack of aero load, which is kind of amazing. I would have thought Porsche would have crammed a lot more little wingy bits onto this car in order to basically keep it glued to the ground. But not too bad. We finished the first section in just over 40 seconds, heading towards the mighty Flugplatz now. I have a feeling we're going to have to let off a lot earlier than we're used to. Yep, before the crest, get on the brakes nice and early, get on the power nice and early, but we understeer on the way out. We partially mow the lawn, not as much as iRacing, but close. Smashing our way down towards Schwedenkreuz now. We're almost hitting 300 kph. The amount of power on this engine is insane, almost 1,000 brake horsepower as we mow the lawn all over the place, just trying to wrangle the car down towards Arenberg, braking really hard. Can't even engine brake because we're lacking gears. The gears are so long in this car. We managed to somehow wrangle it down. Now heading towards the Foxhole for the first time. This is one adventurous car. It demands a lot of the driver. I can't say that many modern cars kind of make the same demands. Maybe this is a Gran Turismo exclusive. He brakes super early, coming down to Adenauer Force, or up into Adenauer Force rather. I cannot get this car to rotate. It's just perpetual understeer. Got to get on the power, rotate that rear end, drift it on the way out, try and straighten that wheel, and then power on down. You feel like you're perpetually waiting to be able to get on the power and just get it through. As we salute Jimmer's Rebel Tree, cheers to you. Braking and turning in, lots of healthy brake there. Heading down into section 2 of the Nordschleife now. This is one of the more undulant, sort of hilly parts of the track, and it's really going to make some demands of this car. Really probably not going to be its strong suit. It's more about handling rather than power. As I'm trying my best to just get the nose in on these turns and coming up to miss, hit, miss. What will it be? Yep, more like miss, miss, miss. Great. And now the slowest corner of the track. How well will it handle this? Requires some agility and a lot of trail braking as we head down to first gear and just barely manage to get the nose in. This car always signaling to us that it's grip limited by its stock tires as we mow the lawn one more time, because why not? I hear that can cool your tires down. And on the power through there, just to get the car to rotate. The kind of driving we're having to engage in is so crazy because it's such a forward-looking car, but we're having to drive it in such an old-school way, even though it does have an old PDK as well. So no manual shifting, fortunately. That would have been an absolute disaster. Stay in second, just trying to get on the brakes super early so we can actually get our way around. We actually lose the rear end slightly on the exit of that corner. And then we have the longest climbing section of the Nurburgring. That's basically what this car was made for, is I lift ever so slightly. This car can't actually do it flat out. It has so much power and comparatively not enough aero and grip on the tires. And And this is why, ladies and gents, whenever you crank up the engine, you have to bring up everything else to match. It's just dangerous otherwise. We have to get on the brakes super early for this one. Downshift, try and throw the nose in, drift at 190 kph. Sure, just casually. Having to really let off there. Heavy braking zone here. Beautiful time of day as well. You can slow down in time. Thankfully, the brakes are reasonably decent, if nothing else. Whoa, as we really lose the rear end through there, heading down towards the carousel. What's going to happen here? It's anyone's game. Okay, pretty neat. Surprisingly neat so far. Alright, good stuff. Porsche didn't bottom out your car or anything. Now heading towards Section 3, my most favorite part of this entire circuit, though I'm not sure if it will be in this car. Let's see. Having to get on the brakes way earlier than I'm used to. And second gear, such long gears in this car, 140 kph in second comfortably, using all the track, all of the outside curb, because we just need it. And of course, drifting mid-corner, because that's what we've established we're doing now. Now towards Whipperman. Mad understeer through there. Not a great line as we just mow the lawn all the way through the center. Track limits say it's okay. I'm with it. Let's go. Terrible camber on the outside that we somehow managed to wrangle the car around. This part scares me. Awful camber here too. Almost lose the car. Almost got in the grass there, which would have been the end of our lap. Into Brunchen now. Drifting halfway through naturally. And YouTube corner. How's this going to go? Infinite understeer, of course. What else was it going to be? Yeah, climb that curb. Use all of it. It's why it's there. Now I've learned my lesson here. I overslow. Get in the inside curb ever so slightly. Now I know if I pound the accelerator through here, I'm going to understeer out to the right. Yep, pretty much as expected. So we have to brake nice and early through here when we get airborne. Definitely grip limited on the front tires, this car. As we continue mowing the lawn, because apparently that's a new strategy that we've picked up. I don't know where, but I hear that it works. Yep, one more time. Why turn when just go straight? Braking super early through there, trying to wrap the car in, hoping for grip. Not too bad, all things considered. Slicks definitely would have helped. I'm very composed through there. I'm going through there a little bit slower than I should be, probably. Through the mini carousel, not too bad, decent line. Probably should have been a bit more on the inside, as we have every driver's worst nightmare through there. We lose the rear end coming out of the mini carousel. How are we going to do through here? Coming out onto Heusinkveld now. Oh man, oh, she's twitchy. Doesn't matter if you're going uphill, if you have the extra grip. There's so much power as we mow the lawn yet again onto Heusinkveld. We get onto the Audi Sport Gantry 630.6. There's still a chance. We're in with a chance. We may be able to match the real-life record. We don't know. But the car is so rapidly climbing above 300 kph, 310, 311, 312. Where are we going to top out? 315. Are we going to hit 320? Oh my god. 322, 323, 325, 326 as we mow the lawn one more time. That is not safe. Would not recommend. Don't try this at home, kids. Hard on the brakes. I'm trying to engine brake, but I'm running out of gears here. There's nothing to use. Just barely make it to the end of the track, and I'm praying for this to end down to first gear. Keep the car composed, use the whole track, and cross the finish line. 656.6. Well, that's just GT7 being darned impressive in its rendering of Nordschleife hot laps yet again. When we put it on the board, while it doesn't necessarily look impressive compared to modern cars like the Porsche GT3 RS, nearly a decade ago, this was an absurdly fast Nordschleife lap. Bear in mind that the car used in the game for this was completely bone stock, straight out of the dealership to the track. Make sure to subscribe for future Nordschleife hot laps and consider grabbing some of the gear I use in the description down below in order to support the channel. Let me know what else you'd like to see lap the ring in the comments, and until next time, I'll see you all later.